I make lots of Disney vlogs and lifestyle videos, things like that. But today we are going to be doing a stateroom tour of our room here on the Disney Fantasy Cruise. It's our first cruise, so we've literally just stepped into our room and I'm going to show you what it is. So I will tell you the number and everything in case you want to know, because it's always nice to know specific rooms. Right at the end of the corridor, we are 5668, which is on the 5th deck. So on the back here you've got all of your information. We are in the O emergency station, and like I said, we are room 5688. So let's see, we've got 2 cupboards here. Got our life jackets up there, lots of hangers, which is nice. Apparently our bags will come between 3 and 5, I think they said, so glad we've packed some bits with us. You look like you've got a safe, you've got a laundry bag. What's this? Oh, nothing, I think. That is just... I don't know what that is, actually. So that is the first cupboard. And then we have the second cupboard. Again, loads of hangers, extra life jacket, and more room. We will swivel back round to the front door and I will show you the bathroom. So on the Disney cruises they have these separate bathrooms, which is great if you're you know, with like a friend, or you're with your family and you want to get ready separately, or really if you're with anyone it's quite handy. So yeah, you've got the toilet in here, got a bin, some tissues. They give you sea salt facial soap, so that's quite nice. You've got the nice little towels, nice big mirror. It's nice and well lit, so ladies, if you want to do your makeup, this is a pretty good one. And yeah, and you've got hooks up there as well, and a little shelf up there. So just watch your step. No doubt one of us is going to trip onto that. You've also, right by the door, got like a quick cool air conditioning setting, so I'm going to make it a bit colder because I know Darren likes it cold. And then I'm assuming this would be the shower. So here you've got a full-length mirror on the door, which is nice. And then again, stepping in, you have actually a really nice sized tub. Obviously if you've got kids it's perfect, but if you're quite small like me, like I'm 5'1", I could probably have a decent bath in that, to be honest. But you've also obviously got the shower. It does come with body wash, conditioner and shampoo, so don't worry about bringing that. More towels in the bin. What else have we got here? Body lotion. What's this? A little makeup towel. That's very cute. Oh, that is not a nice built-in mirror, but obviously good for doing your makeup with. And yeah, so far it looks very nice and clean. And you have also hook up here, you've got the wash line aspect, so if you're hanging up bathing suits and things like that. So let's get on to the main room. So this is the main room. I've sent my husband outside. Darren sat outside just so I can film this, so we'll head out there in a minute. So as you come in, on your left you have ice bucket, you've got some glasses, we've got some information here about different things that are going on. Yeah. And then we've got some drawers here. So you've got 3 drawers. That is I believe is a connecting room to next door, which is a accessibility room. So it is a little bit bigger, but that's quite nice if you do need like 2 rooms with a connecting door, that you can get one onto an accessibility one. So this is the bed. I'm loving the throw. Okay, by the side of the bed you've got cute little lamps. There's not a ton of space this side. I imagine this is going to be my side to sleep, just because it is quite narrow to get into the side of. You've got the alarm clock, and another little drawer. You have a power outlet under there, and also the light switch, 2 pillows, one feels soft and one feels a little bit firmer, that's nice. And then you have this nice little painting with the cruise in it, very nice. You have a bin, it's divided into normal waste and recyclable, which is cool. Yeah, Darren looks like he's claimed this side. This has the phone on this side, and you know, emergency information. Again, let's have a look. Is there a power socket? No, not on that side. There's just the phone socket. So I'm gonna have to find a place for Darren, and a Bible in there. There is lots of room underneath the bed, so you can put your suitcases under. We have the sofa, which possibly turns into a bed. I'm not sure. Obviously we don't need that facility, so we won't be using it. You've got this cool piece of artwork, which I don't know if you can see, but it's got all of these. This is actually really cool. All these like different stamps, and they're like worth different amounts, so that's very cool. I've got to take a photo of that. We have the little table. Darren ordered the 6-pack of Bud Light, lime flavoured, so that is there for us to enjoy. We're going to need to put that in the fridge at some point. He also bought like a case of water. This is 24-pack of water because Darren drinks a lot of bottled water at night. Okay, so then we have the sort of console area. You've got the remote, the TV. I'm assuming this is the fridge. So yeah, going to be able to put quite a few bottles of water in there. You've got a little table and a chair. You've got a drawer with a very cute Disney pull on it. Oh, look at this. Freebies. This is what I love. Okay, so note cards, envelopes. Please be a Disney Cruise Line pen. It is. Postcards. And you know, these to put on your door, but oh, these are your breakfast ones, so you can order breakfast to your room free of charge. You just put what you'd like and then they bring it to you, and you put it out on the doorknob the night before 3 AM of the next day. So that's quite cool. So we've got those. We've got a welcome to the Guide to Disney Cruise Line book, so I'm sure we'll have a little flick through that. And then you have 3 more drawers, and in here you have, I mean, there's a lot of water here, so let's just move that out of the way. You have 2 sockets, a hairdryer socket. I actually need to see if there is a hairdryer, and some USB ports. You have your 2 wave phones, so you can access people around the ship. We'll have to try and work that out, I guess. Let's just see if I can see what's in here. Just more storage. Yeah, shall I show you the balcony? So here we are. So this is our balcony. So we're at the back of the ship. Here's Happy Darren! And we've got this nice little 2-seater love seat. Okay, thank you, Darren. So like I said, we're on the back of the ship on the 5th floor, and we're going to have a pretty nice view, I think. You can kind of see next door's balcony, but not that bad. I will say it's a pretty small balcony. I mean, if I sit here, because it tapers round, it is fairly small. But you know, we can still sit out here, but there's no like actual chair except for this bench. And really cool, you can see Dumbo on the back of the boat, which is pretty cool. And yeah, this is our view of Port Canaveral. In the distance there, you can actually see the Kennedy Space Center, so I will zoom in. So if you're a NASA buff like I am, that is pretty cool. Hairdryer, no fear, hairdryer is here, and they also give you a little heat protected mat to put things on, which is nice. So yeah. So that concludes our room tour on the Disney Fantasy. If you want to stay tuned for our vlogs, make sure you subscribe, and then you'll be able to see what we get up to on this cruise. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you soon. Bye guys. So I thought I would just pop on the end of this video and just give a little overcap of what some of our thoughts were of the room. I've asked Darren what he thought, and together we've come up with sort of like a pros and cons list, and what we liked about the room, specifically like because of its location. Obviously it's great that Disney offer separate bathrooms, so multiple people can sort of get ready. That's a great aspect of it. So like as you saw, it was right at the back of the boat, and we were on, I believe, the 5th deck. So we'll start with the, should we start with the cons? Because you're at the back of the ship, you do feel the movement a bit more. For me, the first night was really rocky, and everyone was experiencing a really rocky night. Even like some of the staff were saying, you know, it's a particularly bad night for motion sickness, and I was pretty ill that first night, and just like had to just stay in bed and sleep. And when like another evening, one of the servers came and delivered room service, and he was like, wow, you do feel it more at the back of the boat. Like, yeah, you definitely feel the movement. So if you're really quite sensitive, after like the first day and the first night, it was fine. We were pretty used to it, and I think that I noticed that on our last cruise as well that we went on. Even when we were in the middle of the ship, the first night is always like the worst night just to adjust. So, but if you do particularly suffer, or it is something that you're worried about, maybe avoid front and back of the ship, because again, you're at the back of the ship, you are right by the engines, so not necessarily in your room does it affect, because there's pretty good double glazing on the balcony door, but when you're on the balcony you do hear the engines more. It can be quite loud. I wouldn't necessarily say you smell like any fumes or anything like that, but it is just a bit louder. I sort of just got used to it. I'd often just quite like to sit on the balcony and read my book, and it just sort of went in with the noise of the waves. So for me it was fine. It's just something to be aware of, that it can be noisy, and sometimes when they're in docked imports, they sometimes need to put the engines on to, I don't know, do whatever they need to do. So even if you're sat on the balcony and you're expecting it to be nice and calm, they could still put the engines on and it could be a little bit noisy. And then the last con we have was really just to be expected. It's at the back of the ship, so anything that was at the front of the ship, it was just took us longer to get there. So in particular, I think the spa facilities are right at the front of the ship. So if that's some place you know you're going to be chilling out a lot, and like the adult deck up that end, then you might not want the back of the ship. We did spend a lot of time up in the adult area anyway, and it wasn't really a problem for us. But again, if you know there's certain places that you like, and you're going to visit a lot, it might be worth seeing if you can get a room nearer to that. So that sort of leads on to the pros of this specific room, because obviously it was at the back of the boat. You are really super close to Animator's Palette. You literally get the lift or the stairs down 2 floors, I think, for Animator's Palette, and if you go down just 1 floor, you have the sort of like adult entertainment. You've got the tube, that sort of like nightclubby sort of adults only area, which is also where we had our muster drill. But yeah, so if you have a rotation where you don't necessarily get to pick your rotation, you can try and change it on the first day, but you're super close to Animator's Palette because it's literally 2 floors under you. You're also pretty close to Royal Court. You're fairly close to all 3, because the other 2 are sort of midship. I'm not sure about the add-on restaurant that they have. No, because I actually don't think we even passed that one. Is it like Chef Remy's or something? That could be wrong, I'm not sure what it's called. But we didn't do that, just because we're not big fancy eaters, and like I said, it was an added extra. But so yeah, so I can't say where that one is, but very close to Animator's Palette and pretty close to the other two sort of rotation dining restaurants. Because you're at the back, you are pretty out of the way and secluded. There was only, so we had our room, and then next to us we had a disabled access room, and those were the two right at the end. And then to the left of our room was where there was like a porter crew area, where they would use like their own private stairs to go up and down. I didn't necessarily, considering like they would use it, I mean it's only going to be the people that are cleaning your room, your state host. I didn't really hear any noise from that, and because you are so at the end, out of the way, you don't hear people running past your room. You know, sometimes kids might run past your room. We didn't hear any of. You're also not far from like the kids' activities, so that might be good if you've got kids. But also because we were right at the back, we didn't really necessarily hear the kids. We didn't hear them running past. You don't hear doors slamming, things like that. It was a very sort of well soundproofed room, and like I said, it's out of the way. And then I have to say the biggest pro, and the reason we would personally pick this room again, or one very similar at the back of the boat, is the view. The view was spectacular, especially going in and out of port. It's just beautiful. Okay, so let me start. In Port Canaveral, you have an amazing view of like, you can see like NASA out of the side, and like all the bridges and everyone like sort of coming into the ship area. And then obviously going in and out of ports. It depends which way, obviously, the boats are going in and out. If they reverse into the port, you've got a better chance of getting a better view. But, you know, when they sail out of port, it's beautiful anyway. The best place is when you go to Castaway Cay, because they purposely back the ship up backwards into port. So you get like the first view, the best view of Castaway Cay. If you don't really want to get off the island at any of these places, you could just stay on your balcony and still see the island, especially Castaway Cay. I'll try and add a couple of clips or photos of like us leaving and docking at different ports, but just the view was spectacular, and you didn't feel like you could come back on ship, feel happy knowing like the ship's not going to leave you behind, but still enjoy the view from your cabin. And I really enjoyed that, and would highly recommend, if you can afford a balcony room, especially one like that, it's worth it. So those were sort of my pros and cons, and Darren's as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed coming around our cruise room. So I hope you enjoyed this video and seeing a detailed tour of our cabin. And yes, stay tuned for the rest of the cruise videos. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you get notified when the next one's uploaded, and I will see you soon. Bye guys!